For today's session, we will discuss the following topics. We will establish what risk assessments are and why they're important. We will be discussing what Cobalt HR's policies are in this regard. We will then set out the 4 core elements that make up your general working environment. And finally, we will go through some extra policies and procedures that Cobalt HR has put in place to protect you. Let us get to it. With this, we have discussed the 4 elements of your working environment: your desk, the immediate area surrounding it, the more general environment of your workstation, and finally, you, and the way you use your workstation to your advantage. This graphic summarizes the 4 elements we have been discussing, and you are marked in the dark blue because you control all other elements and ensure these are hazard-free. Now let us move on to the next slide. As you can see on this image, you should have available space on both the left and right side of your computer where you can store documents, folders, materials, and other belongings. Too little desk space leaves you restricted and could leave you working uncomfortably while, for example, stretching to reach your documents on the other side of the desk. So make sure that everything is within reach and that it is neatly kept. Now, let's get back to the main points regarding your desktop on the next slide. Food and drinks are what can cause the biggest issues at the least appropriate times, so be very careful when keeping these on your desk. Use them only if you do not have a different space, such as a specifically designated food and drink area. Mugs and cups are to be removed as soon as you have finished your beverage. If you have a water bottle, for example, designate a space for it, so that you don't bump it over every time you're not looking, and always keep the lid on. Make sure to eat food away from your station to avoid bits of food on your keyboard. Make sure to wash your hands after eating or use multi-purpose cleaning wipes. Now, let us get back to the main points in the next slide and recap what we've discussed in this first section.